This video is brought to you by Squarespace, an amazing platform for creating impressive web presence for your business. But more on that later. For most people, the thrill of getting a new laptop clouds vision and they forget to properly set up MacBooks. Some of those settings people ignore have a huge impact on user experience. So in this video, I'll show you a couple of commonly ignored things that will make your experience 10 times better. Let's start with the trackpad. Were you a Windows user in the past? If so, you probably hate the trackpad on your Mac simply because you have to press it every time. But don't worry, the solution is very simple. Just go to System Settings, scroll to Trackpad and enable Tap to Click. To make the trackpad even more similar to the ones on Windows laptops you're used to, increase the tracking speed. Personally, I would also suggest you to check whether you've turned on all the available gestures. Apple has created some seriously cool and useful gestures for you. The next thing you should do is disable automatic updates. macOS, just like iOS, updates regularly, and not all such updates are equally useful. Also, some apps you want to use may not be updated to the latest macOS version, which can seriously jeopardize your work. Disable system updates, go to General, click Software Update, then this info icon right here, and uncheck Install macOS Updates. Now let's make the dock a little bit more convenient. The dock itself lets you quickly launch, open, close, and switch between apps, but sometimes it can get cramped and annoying. What I like to do is disable the recent apps. Right-click on the dock, Dock Settings, and disable Show Recent Applications in Dock. This way you won't see the same app icons twice and won't overfill your dock. While we're on this matter, don't forget to change the size of the dock. Drag a pointer on it and look for the vertical line. When you aim a pointer over this line, you will see the sign with arrows. By clicking and moving the mouse up and down, you can make the dock bigger or smaller. Before we go any further, let me tell you about Squarespace, a one-stop solution for establishing your online presence. This platform offers an incredible website building solution with a wide range of features that will boost your visibility and help you connect with your audience. Forget the headache of coding. Squarespace simplifies the website building process so that anyone, I said anyone, can create a stunning website in just a few clicks. Whether you are tech-savvy pro or a complete beginner, Squarespace is designed to be user-friendly and intuitive. With just a few clicks, you can choose from a range of categories and templates to create a website that perfectly fits your needs and style. But that's not all. Squarespace also offers a range of features and tools to help you optimize your website for search engines and maximize your online visibility. From built-in analytics tools to SEO-friendly designs, Squarespace is designed to help you get found online and connect with your target audience. If you're looking to set up an online store, Squarespace offers powerful e-commerce features that make it easy to sell your products and services online. From payment processing to order tracking and more, Squarespace provides all the tools you need to run a successful online business. So sign up for a free trial on squarespace.com/AutoWiner and use the code AutoWiner to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Don't miss out on this opportunity to take your business to the next level. And now let's get back to the video. Another thing you should enable are hot corners. Hot corners feature in macOS lets you assign specific actions to be triggered when you move the cursor to a corner of the screen. By default, the lower right corner is assigned to Quick Note. If you prefer a different corner for Quick Note, you can customize hot corners in the system settings and assign it to any corner of your choice. Go to System Settings, then click on Desktop and Dock in the left column. In the main section of the window, scroll down to the very bottom, look for the hot corner button in the lower right and click it. Now you can choose from a list for each corner what you want. The next setting is not very obvious, but if you leave it as is, you may get annoyed rather quickly. I'm talking about Finder. By default, when you open Finder, it shows recent files. To me, it's distracting. To change that, open Finder, select Finder on the menu bar, choose Settings. On the drop-down menu beside New Finder Windows Show, select which window you want to show instead. Again, a simple yet important fix. Now, the battery settings. All MacBooks from the factory have full power mode always turned on. This is a great mode for people who often use their Mac plugged in, but when you're in battery power, full power mode can put unnecessary strain on your battery. Let's not kid ourselves. You don't do anything intensive when you are on the battery, right? Most likely, you just type text or watch YouTube. For such tasks, full power is excessive. Go to System Settings, Battery, and enable low low power mode. Now your Mac will consume much less power, live much longer, and won't harm the battery. From my personal experience, I can say that you won't even notice the drop in performance in your everyday tasks. To make yourself more productive, I advise you to set up custom focus modes. Focus is a great feature that allows you to control which notifications and alerts can reach you so you can focus on important tasks. If you've already set up focus mode on your iPhone, make sure they are synchronized. To set up focus on your Mac, go to System Settings and Focus. The process is basically self-explanatory from there. It's also important to focus on your privacy, mainly your location. Most people never know that apps can view the location data even if they don't have to. So if you already have some apps installed, go to System Settings, Privacy and Security, Location Services. There, you can see which apps are using your location data and disable access. I recommend turning the access off for every app except those that actually need it. You can also go to System Services and toggle some settings off. Now let's go back to configuring Finder. If you are an Apple user, you're probably using AirDrop to share files. By default, to share a file, you have to right-click it, choose Share, AirDrop, and only after that, send it. But with one tweak, we can cut down that action to only 2 clicks. Open Finder, right-click on the toolbar, and select Customize Toolbar. Now you get a plethora of buttons you can add. Find the AirDrop icon and drag it onto the toolbar, save changes, and voila! Now to AirDrop a file, you just need to select Files and click on AirDrop icon. And that's all. I think this is a much easier and more intuitive way to share files. Now tell me, how many apps are loading each time you turn on your Mac? All those messaging apps, antivirus apps, Adobe apps, etc. Let's turn all that off. You don't need them after startup, so why load your MacBook with useless work? By selecting System Settings, General, Login Items, you can select which items from the list you really need start running when your computer starts and which are not essential and should probably be removed. Now, the Spotlight. If you don't know, the Spotlight is that fantastic feature that lets you search anything across every app and file on your Mac. macOS Ventura has made quite a few changes and now it can do even more. But that doesn't mean that everyone enjoys these new features. So I would advise you to change where Spotlight looks for answers. This way you could limit results to only certain apps that you're willing to share information from. To do so, go to System Settings once again, Siri and Spotlight, and scroll down to Search Results. On that list, you can manually click off all files that you don't want the Spotlight to access. On the topic of macOS Ventura only features, how about some concentration with ambient sounds? Open the System Settings, Accessibility, Audio, and click Choose next to Background Sound. From that list, you can choose the sounds you want to hear. Next, go to Control Center and scroll down until you see Hearing. Click Show in Control Center, and now you can turn on background sounds for concentration at any moment. Great feature for everyone who needs a certain sound scene to properly function. I've set mine to Rain and often use it to calm me down when I'm nervous. Alongside all those practical changes, you may want to get extra fonts. Apple is offering a bunch of cool fonts, but you really have to look for them. Open Spotlight Search and type Font Book. Just choose whichever font you want from the list and download it. All the fonts will become available in all apps that support add-in fonts like Photoshop or Pages. This is a really cool way to spice things up. Let's once again look at the security. Macs are very well protected by design, but macOS offers a few options to secure your files even more. Did you know that Macs come equipped with an awesome security feature called File Vault? This nifty feature encrypts all the data on your system, keeping it safe from unauthorized access. With this feature enabled, you must enter your password each time you start up your Mac. That's a minor inconvenience for supreme protection. Won't you agree? To turn File Vault on, go to System Settings, Privacy and Security, and scroll down and turn on File Vault. Next, you'll have to decide which option you need. Allow my iCloud account to unlock my disk, or create a recovery key and do not use my iCloud account. If you choose the second option, you will get a special recovery key that you'll need to save somewhere. You will need it if you ever need to restore macOS. By making these changes, I'm sure you will be able to make your Mac experience much better. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you in the next one. Peace.